Hi guys, Pierre from the Balanced Neuro Clinic. I want to do a quick video on these emails you're receiving because basically I know I'm sending a lot of emails, I know I'm sending a lot of information, and you're probably getting a lot of other things, and you're probably, maybe you're seeing the emails and you're maybe deleting them straight away, or you're just skipping them for now because you don't have time. And what I'd urge you to do is to create a folder in your inbox, and as soon as you get these emails, just pop them straight into that folder. The reason for this is that the content I'm sending is sort of designed to be almost like a course that guides you through a sort of graded exposure towards more and more information on pain, on health, on overcoming pain, practical steps and information, and it's almost like a course. And I understand that obviously you're probably getting a lot of different things, and beyond the first handful of emails maybe you're kind of losing interest in other things happening in your life, and I completely understand. I get a million emails from a million different people, and after a while you just kind of, maybe you delete them straight away, or you just skip them for now. So like I said, you're probably overwhelmed with other things, and you're not really delving into the emails for now, and that's fair enough. I understand that, but my idea of this is that whether you have the time to go through the emails now or later, if you have them saved, if say in a year you have a new niggle, you have an injury, you have something, or things get worse, you have something to refer back to, and it's sequential. So it's going to make sense. You're going to have, hopefully, if you put this in a folder, you're going to have a list of things that you can dip into as necessary if things crop up later. And as well, a big thing is that when you read these emails initially, some of the stuff probably isn't going to make sense. You're not going to see the value. It's just not going to click. And I understand that there are things that I understand now that I was told 5 years ago or more, and they didn't click at the time. I just didn't get it. And maybe I wasn't ready for that information, whatever it is. Point being, it just didn't click for whatever reason. And then a few years later, I hear something, or I read something, or someone says something, and suddenly that thing that was said to me years ago now suddenly makes sense, and I think, oh, that person mentioned that a while back, I'll revisit that. And now when you revisit the content, it makes a lot more sense, it's a lot more palatable, and it sort of applies to your life a bit more. So this is something I see a lot. The challenge is giving you this information. So I'm giving you this information, but then it has to make sense to you. And I could present it a million different ways and down to the individual, but I can't realistically do that. So I'm putting out this information for you, hoping that it kind of clicks, it kind of makes sense, and you work through it at your own pace. And then slowly from wherever you are, you're moving gradually towards a more pain-free body, a healthier body, and a more empowered body, so that if you have injuries, if you have anything that happens, you're better able to handle that. So that's ultimately the goal, but I understand that there are all these obstacles to taking in information. There are other things that are going to just get in the way of you taking in that information. So if you save the emails, like I said, just create a folder, and if you keep getting emails from me and you're like, oh, this is annoying, you can unsubscribe obviously if you want, but just pop them in a folder. You don't have to look at them now, but like I said, maybe in a year, in a few years, something will happen, or you'll experience something and something will click, and you'll think, actually I got an email a few years ago from PA about this, and then you'll revisit it and suddenly it'll make sense. Because this information, like, I don't want it to be spammy. I don't want it to be like I'm just sending you stuff for the sake of sending you stuff. There's a million things that I feel people should know when they're suffering in pain chronically, and there are a million things that I wish I had known when I was suffering in pain, and either the information wasn't there for one, or second, I wasn't ready to absorb it, or when it was given to me, the circumstances weren't right for me to just really latch onto it. So I want to take care of both of those things by giving you this information. It's there. I can't stress how important it is, even if it just seems inconsequential or unrelated. I know some of the things aren't that specific to pain, but they serve to broaden or sort of understanding of the body, because I'd maintain that it boils down to a handful of little things going wrong in the body, and then your individual circumstances being the reason why it manifests as something vastly different. Why some person it's fibromyalgia, why some person it's dementia, why some person it's depression. At the root, it tends to be certain specific processes that go wrong for whatever reason. So some of the content isn't specific to pain, but save that as well, and later on it might make sense. So that's about it. I'd really urge you to save these, because like I said, it's designed almost like a course. So if you were to dedicate time to each email and to really delve into the materials and the references I provide, you would start to really build your knowledge of your own body, of how pain works, of what health is and how to achieve health and maintain health. So it's something I'd encourage you to do. Create a folder, pop them in there, revisit them if you have time, or one day thinking back you'll remember that, oh, PA addressed that in an email, and it'll give you answers in the future. So that's it. And if you really don't want them, you can obviously unsubscribe, but I hope you don't. And again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.